you're all for the citing board. They have the ultimate power, since we can't get your support to shut this down right now, right? You're for the citing board. You believe in that system. You believe in that process.
I do.
Has it ever been corrupted?
I have no idea.
How do you believe in a system when you don't know if it's been corrupted within the last year?
About the nuclear plant.
I guess I'm not real sure how to answer that. I mean, it's a.
Did you know it? Do you know it was corrupted?
Skip, wait just a minute, go ahead.
Most recent heads of PUCO, Public Utilities Commission Ohio, I believe what it stands for, Sam Randazzo, his home was raided by the FBI. So it raised a lot of issues about the appointment by the governor. It raised issues about his past. It raised issues about House Bill 6 and First Energy, where he was also a consultant, as I recall. So yes, it is corrupted. And for him to say he doesn't know, to me, is bull dumb. How do you not know? You're in Columbus. You're supposed to know these things. Once again, I heard, I do not know. I don't want to hear I don't know. It's your job to know.
One of the things that bothers me is you say that you don't know if it's corrupt or not. That's all well and good. That's ignorance on your part, which is a shame. Okay? The other thing I'd like to say is I know that the ones that are put out on Dawson Road or Belts Road down there by, on your way to Eastgate, they're hiring and bussing in felons that are going past our houses if this ever comes about. My house was broken into a year and a half ago, and I've gotten $50 from the son of a bitch. Okay? Did over $3,000 worth of damage. Caught him myself because the sheriffs couldn't do it. And to flip that around, it's $42 a month for my security system. So who got screwed? Okay? We've got to look at the whole picture. It isn't about just looking at the panels. It's looking about the people they're bussing in here who can't get a job anywhere else because they're dog shit, for lack of a better word. And we're sitting back saying, we don't want them here. What is wrong with that picture? I don't think, there's not one person in here that won't say, I don't want dog shit in my backyard without a dog.
They kept me in the back of the room for a while. I just wanted to let you guys know we're working with outside counsel to work on kind of the different things that could come up. But we're also working on a press release that we'll also put on our website. I think Commissioner Daniels said some really good things. You're kind of trying to stop a train once it's going down the tracks. But we want to give everybody information about how the process works, how the citing board works. So we're going to put that on our website. That way you guys have the information of where to go if you want to express your concerns. I'd also say I agree with him that I'm on the Rural Affairs for the County Commissioners Association, and that House Bill 118 came up. And one of the concerns is, in an ag community, I know you guys want to think about power and you want to think about ag as a separate thing. We don't want a dairy operation or a hog operation. Say what you want, it will set a thing, and that's what we're afraid of. And I'd agree with Commissioner Daniels, there needs to be a fix. There needs to be something for people to get involved sooner. There needs to be a
Can't we just fix the solar thing and be done with the bullshit?
I wish, hey.
Yeah, because we
Just write a
already have
bill
our
for the solar thing, and that would end it.
You know, we were the hog capital of Ohio at one time. We didn't care to smell hogs or cattle for that reason, because all our fields were fenced. My thing again, people, what one feeds you? Electric doesn't feed you, the ground feeds you.
And I can speak personally.
Would Clinton County intervene for the people in the county?
We hired an outside counsel. We hired Frost, Brown, and Todd. We had
intervention with them as Mr. Attorney?
I don't want to sit here and tell you that's an intervention, there's a lot of criteria as commissioners that we wanted to ensure were met. As Commissioner Daniels said, the process has been created of how this works. We're trying to work within the scope of what is.
That's why they allow intervention.
But I would agree with him, was it Amber? Who talked about being surrounded by the, what I'm telling you, we want to get you the information of how the process works. We want to get you who you contact, because it's the way it is explained to us, it's more like a court hearing where you could submit your concerns, and that's what they consider. So that's what we're going to, you asked about communication, that's what we're going to try to put out within the next week. That way everybody understands how it works.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting some kind of kickback from this? Is there any extra?
Are they helping you get elected by giving you money?
No, I mean, not even the election. I just need kickback. Is it extra money?
Somebody is.
I mean, there has to be extra money getting into
Ma'am, the only thing we have to consider in the whole process is county. As Commissioner Daniels said, the only thing we have to consider in the process as commissioners, by what exists already, is the taxing, how it's taxed. We can also come in and go, hey, what happens if this thing goes belly up? How do you take care of it? We can also go, these are our.
I guess what I'm addressing is when he said that he was concerned about the investors and them losing their money. That right there tells me that there's a tie. There's a tie between monies, because why in the world would he care if the investors lose the money if there's no tie to other money somewhere else? There's no way.
Interject.
I came out and drove around the footprint, yes.
Did they buy your lunch?
For what reason? Yeah, I wanted to see the footprint and see the houses that were affected.
And you're okay with that?
I'm okay with what?
Or the houses that affected, just because that they don't have a good last name and the other ones do. That's what this is about. Put it over here in Glenavy, right behind Glenavy, and see if the shit don't get stopped. It would stop tomorrow, and you know it will.
That's 100% false. 100%
Bullshit.
false. All right.
Hang on, go ahead.
When we was out riding around, I live on Wolf Road. I took a piece of property that was $120,000. I've turned it into $300,000. You know, I don't want to see that devalued. It looks like a park now compared to what it was. My family comes there and enjoys it on holidays. It's what I built it for. I don't want it ruined because the field beside me is 80-some acres. It's getting filled. The farm beside me is 90-some acres getting filled, and straight across the street is 20 acres being filled. That's going to destroy my place. You know, as my representative, I'm asking you to stop it. I don't want it. My family doesn't want it. They're concerned they're seeing it sell. You know, it upsets me because I worked hard. I'm not that old. I'm 52 years old. But I've worked all my life to get what I've got, just like everybody else here has. We don't want our homes destroyed because an energy company is going to make money. We're not. We're giving you our money. We pay our taxes. You know, that's what's upsetting, because we're asking you here as a representative. We voted you in, now we're asking you for your help.
Thank you for how you phrased that question, first of all. And I don't know how many times I can say this. I understand where you're coming from. And that's why I'm imploring everybody here. And I am happy to support everything going to the Power Citing Board for their hearing. I mean, I'm sorry at this point, that is the process. And to change the process right now, I don't think you're going to get that done. I'm sorry? Well, it's gonna take more than just me, because I'm telling you, the bill's not being rewritten because Shane said he had a problem with
But
it.
it can start with you. It can start with you.
And as soon as I see the bill, I will be the first one to let you guys know.
Even tomorrow. I mean, we're asking for your help, so I know that you're trying to stay within the confines of what we have as a system now. I'm asking you to be a trailblazer. Don't do things like they've always been done. Be a loud voice. We will back you up 100%. We're going to be loud whether you help us or not. But we'd rather have you with us. You understand? We want you to
Well, I'm not against you.
be a loud voice. Be on TV and say, hey, my name's Shane Wilkin, and I really don't like this solar project here. A lot of people in my community don't like it, and I'm going to fight against it. Just say that. I mean, you make everybody here happy. We'd vote you in 100 more times. I mean, that's all we want is your help. That's all we're asking for. It should never be under tillable land. I think we can all agree about that.
Yeah.
Productive land should not have these solar panels.
Right.
No.
Right.
Put them out at airports. Those only ways are being used for nothing. China's building these things.
Sir, do
They're
you
not
own
being
any
built.
land? Do you own any land?
I do own a lot of it. That's why I'm here. I don't want,
Are you willing to let these people take your
hell
land
no.
away?
I will never give them my land. I don't care how much money they
No,
offer me.
I didn't ask that question. What they're trying to do, these House bills are taking your rights away as a landowner.
I understand.
They're giving you a right to vote. We vote on many other things. We vote on fire departments. We vote on
Both, either or. Is there a tax that we can tax them and make it where it's non-profitable for them to come to our area?
Sure.
I mean, it's all about money, so can we put a sales tax on just solar panels?
That's a great idea.
You're asking questions for that at the county level? No.
Have you signed a pilot?
Pardon?
Have you signed a pilot?
No, we haven't, we're not even there yet, so.
Is there any power in the state of Ohio that can stop what's happening? Is there any person or has a foreign company, has Interjects come out of Canada and just run over top of Ohio, Highland County? Who is the power that can stop this?
Power Citing Board, and that's what they've been.
Well, they just deflect.
I agree, but that's where we're at. I mean,
So Governor DeWine has no power. The Governor DeWine has no power?
I'm sure he can make his influence known and his opinions known, but
Is that the only one that
Let them
Is
come
that the
around
only
this
person
side.
that does have the power to just say stop?
stop at the Power Citing Board.
Hang on, the question was asked, if Mike DeWine can have the power, he can only have influence. And somehow, I don't know how this got set up, the Power Citing Board, Nathan, is that correct, is the only entity that can stand against Interjects or Energy?
Interjects is the one that, the Power Citing Board is the one that issues, the Power Citing Board is a judicial process where there are hearings where you guys can all go and they will, evidence from both sides can be heard. And they are the ones that will hand out the certificate whether these projects can be built or they cannot be built.
Do you know if they've ever stopped one because of input or anything?
They have not. They have not.
They have not.
They've all been approved.
You can't go there. What are these people?
Okay.
I don't know, webinar, it's only by web that you can get there. It's
As of right now, as of right now.
That's right, so you can't go there. You've got to, like, you gotta know all that, and set up.
But we don't have this fast internet to be on the webinar. So our voice don't count.
One Newmarket too, but Willowbrook and Highlands Solar both were in-person hearings. And since COVID has hit, COVID has changed. But things, no, it's not. They've not had their hearing yet.
It could have been, look at all the people in this room.
No, the
was just the
Dotson
28th
Township, excuse me, sir, Dotson Township has only started the pre-application process. The meeting they had with you guys and the community was just to introduce the project to you guys. Then they move forward and they do their application will be the next step, and then there's multiple steps after that. They got to do a lot of research. You guys put your input there, you know, and it's a judicial process. And I will tell you guys, out of all the country, or all the states in the country, Ohio has one of the most rigorous citing board processes of any other state. So don't think that this is just a rubber stamp. But yes, there are flaws to the process. you know, as Dave said, we're not going to inflict big change, but there are little changes that we can work together to change.